Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show with your host, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show.
On everybody, welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain, here with my guy, man, Kenny Summerfield in the building, way on the other side of town out there in Colleyville, avoiding these ICE agents and tanks and all this state troopers and all that. Y'all, They ain't coming out there, is it, bro? That's technically not Memphis. So
no, they all those agents, they all live next door to me, man. They all live in my neighborhoods, bro.
Hey,
it's the good people of Colleyville coming in and cleaning up the city of Memphis.
Yeah, man, exactly. Let me ask this, man, before we get into the show, because I really don't know. I think I'm missing something. The people who are doing the things now, they aren't actual state. They're not the actual National Guard. This is like state troopers and other agencies that are down here now, right?
I think there's multiple I think there's multiple agencies involved. So ICE, the state troopers, and the National Guard are all separate entities. So
yeah,
you've got
the actual National Guard ain't down here yet.
They're here. From what
where they posted about, I ain't seen nobody saying nothing about it.
I read somewhere there's only like 300 of them here. So there's not, in a city the size of Memphis, you're not going to see a lot of it.
I just wonder, because this definitely seems more inner city than downtown, because I work downtown tonight for the first time, I think, since they've been here, so I'll see if I see anything down there. But yeah, I am kind of interested in how that whole thing. It's so wild, bro, that people don't really see what this really is. With all this crap, all this stuff that's going on, it's like, hey, when it's time for Cobra Commander to leave and he's saying he ain't leaving, that's when it's really gonna be interesting, so to speak. Yeah, y'all buckle up for that, man. But anyway,
when evil Captain America says, like at the end of the next 3 years, says, "Hey, by the way, I'm not gonna leave, and I'm gonna shut down all the polling, all the places you can vote, all that. I'm shutting down voting things." Oh, by the way, all these cities that didn't vote for me, guess what I've been doing for the last 4 years? I've been putting National Guard in your city.
Yeah.
And they're under my command. Here we go.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, what's about to happen is going to be insanely crazy. It's going to make January 6th look like nothing.
This is a January 6th with a test run. This is
exactly. That's a crazy way to put it, man. Yeah. Hey, y'all buckle up, man. It's about to be some wild shit out here, man. Y'all be thinking this shit really what it look like.
Kenny's never did all this because he don't want no one to move next to him.
Like, I'm sorry, man. I just want the wrong people in the neighborhood.
No, it's still literally up because we have one house for sale in our neighborhood. It's still up. We had a group of about 30 people come to the house on Saturday, and on Sunday, and I was telling them, I said, they were like, "Man, what is going on in your neighborhood?" And I said, "Yeah, man," I said, my neighbor doesn't want any undesirables to move in.
Yeah, and you remember I had the incident with your people, our good friends over at KWAM, when me and Gabe were going to get something to eat, and the lady runs into the building and closes the door, and I talked about it online, right? And the good listeners of KWAM came into the comments. The guy made a post about me and came into the comments saying, there's so much going on and people are afraid. People are genuinely afraid out here and all these type of things. And when I heard people saying those type of things, and I was just kind of looking into numbers. There's so many false, just really bad narratives that are just out here, man. Like when people say things like, there's been this thing where a lot of people now are trying to create this fear tactic of black people. Like black people out here, like if you're white, you should be afraid of black people. Like they're the killers, they're this, they're this. And it's this whole black on black crime and all these type of things. Can you know who kills 80% of black people?
I don't even want to take a guess.
Black people.
Right.
You know who kills 80% of white people?
I'm going to guess 80% of white people are killed by white people.
White people.
Yeah.
You know who kills 80% of every race? Their own race. If you got killed, there's an 80% chance you were killed by somebody of your own race. Why? Because we really don't mix up that much in America. We pretty much stay around the people we're around. And any issues that you have, they're going to be with the people you see every day. Very seldom are people killing people of another race. There's this thing, we create this false narrative that black people are the face of fear and white people really don't give a shit about, y'all like that. To be like, we ain't out there trying to kill y'all, man. Like it's just a horrible false statement. Something else is a false statement, Kenny Stubblefield, is the fear that John Morant is about to be missing games out here. I said this yesterday, and as the day went on yesterday, when John was out there with his play clothes on, like, nah, bro, like you're that. Don't try to make me think that John is going to be missing games like this. It's not happening, bro. Also, I didn't even think about this. I didn't even think about this. Shout out to Jared for spelling segue wrong the same way I do.
We had a whole Jared. I think, I don't even know if we had a whole segment where we talked about how to spell segue.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man.
He thought you were gonna segue into, you know who kills 100% of pests? Reggie.
Great,
dude, that's good, bro. That's good.
Hey, it's coming. Y'all gotta stop trying to use my segues. Block y'all ass in the comments.
Segue king, man. Y'all stop messing with
don't try to segue for me, man. But no,
I'm gonna post it in the thing. You spell it Sugue. Segue. Segue.
I had no clue. 45 years of life that's how you spell segue. But no, man. And it's crazy, man, because I can't get off this, man, because there's unrest in my city, so I have to stick to those type of things. But it's like people hear the things that I'm saying. It's like, well, it's just lib talk, or that's Sain's a Democrat, or Sain's a liberal. No, man, I'm just a regular ass dude. I don't even get into this stuff, bro. Like I said, I'm a black man in America. I don't know how I can really claim either side. You know what I mean? I don't. Neither side benefits me. Like, but it's just right and wrong, bro. Like when you stop trying to have your little gang wars about this side versus that side, you'll realize that the stuff that you're saying is freaking evil shit, man. Like this is crazy. Like it's flat out crazy shit that's going on out there, man.
Yeah,
and it's not just in Memphis, but across this entire country. Like the entire world is laughing at how ridiculous things are going on here, and we're just sitting here talking about libs and conservatives, and it's just a bunch of it's just nonsense, bro.
And I'm just gonna say this real quick before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
We had one segment, I think.
Yeah, English is bullshit, Edward. I think the English language may be worse than the state of America right now. I love, this is the highlight of my day, being able to do this show with you every single day. I love this show. Appreciate it, bro.
We had a segment a few days ago that created an uproar in our Twitter, in our YouTube comments, where people were freaking out saying, I didn't subscribe to this channel to listen to libtards talk about this, that, and the third.
Oh, for real, that happened?
Yeah.
Where did it happen?
In the YouTube comments.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I'm just gonna tell you, fuck off.
How have you been watching this show this long and didn't think that's how I got down? Like shame on you, bro.
This is what we're going to talk about, what we want to talk about on this show. Yeah. If you don't want to listen, then don't listen. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I really don't. And this is coming from the owner of this company that helps house.
Man, let them know, man. Let them know, bro.
Like,
make sure you let them know, bro.
I don't care. I don't care if you listen. If you don't like what we're talking about, then don't listen. Right. Like, I don't care.
Especially when you're calling me names. What is a libtard?
Exactly.
Who the world still says the actual word that came from 2005,
exactly.
Man.
Like, come on, man.
My son's mom is a special ed teacher, and she totally got that word out of my vocabulary about 15 years ago. Like, who in the world still says that? Like, let alone libtard. We just live in a sick society, man.
I literally do not care what you think about what we talk about. I don't at all. I'm
trying to think which episode you're talking about. I want to see the comments on it.
I mean, I genuinely, like, Anthony and I have made an agreement with each other. Like, we are very careful about who we allow into this sphere of what is the Anthony Sain show.
It ain't about no political opinions.
We rock with who we rock with. And so, like, the things that we say, if it loses us opportunities with sponsors, I don't care.
You don't care, man.
I don't care. Like, I genuinely, like, this is we talk about what impacts our lives. And if you want to come in and call and say I'm leaving because I don't want to hear this, bye. Like,
if you're out there and you want to go to a show or a station that agrees with all your politics and all those type of things, Flynn Broadcasting is a good place for you. It's AM 560 on your radio dial. I'm not sure what the FM handle is, but everybody over there in ownership is I think you guys call them conservative Republicans. So and like I said, I'm not a Democrat. I don't get into none of this stuff at all. I'm a black man in America. But like if you want people who use words like libtard and all that type of stuff, Flynn Broadcasting is a great place. As a matter of fact, Kenny, me and Peter Epperson had a show over there, and we got a call saying that the president was going to be on what's the guy's name? Used to be on Jason and John and Vernon's show. Used to be on Vernon's show.
Oh,
Clay Travis was interviewing the president one time. They told us that they were cutting our show off, that we had to go live in the middle of our show to play the broadcast of the president on Clay Travis's show. And no one told Clay Travis to stick to sports that day. It was I don't remember anybody telling him he needed to stick to sports. Yeah. Shocking development there, man. But
hold on.
Yeah. Also had a meeting with the staff over there. Tell me and Peter that we can't. You guys are gonna have to learn. You're either gonna have to be a sports show or a talk show because politics don't sell. Yet we were told that our show was going to be preempted by the president being on a sports show. So. Yeah, and they told me that they didn't know how to sell my show, Kenny Stubblefield.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Since then, I've got 3 companies who disagree because I went and got my own sponsor. Shout out to Grade A Pest Control. Shout out to Trilogy Tattoos, and shout out to FanDuel who pay my bills. And I appreciate you guys. But thanks for the good people at Flynn Broadcasting. So if you are a conservative or you are pro president, whatever you like to do, there's a station out there for you. 92.9 is running Trump commercials, so hey, they're probably halfway with y'all as well. So, it's like, hey, that's what you want. You got K-Wham. Hey, you can listen to that all day long.
And here's the thing:
they had a little bit of evilness to it, a little bit of racism to it. Matter of fact, a lot of it. So if you like that with your conservatism, whatever you guys do, is out there for you, man. But back to the Grizzlies pregame situation. They did have a game last night at FedEx Forum. Lost big time to the Detroit Pistons. Cedric Coward made his NBA debut, Kenny Stubblefield. Looked pretty bad on the offensive side for most of the game. Defensively, had a lot of great moments for Cedric Coward. Showed a lot of things. I'm not worried about Cedric Coward at all, bro. Just being real with you. He's shown that he has a feel for the game as a rookie. And that's something a lot of rookie players don't have, especially being able to fit in on defense already.
Right.
He looked visibly shaken, like, for a guy who hadn't played basketball at all in the year. He obviously looked very shaken. You can even see that in his post-game interview. He didn't look as cool, calm, and collected as he normally does, right? He went from looking like talking like he talks like the smart gremlin to me. You know when the gremlin had the glasses?
Oh, yeah.
On the gremlin's part two. He went from going to him to Stripe or somebody. He turned into the other gremlin that was the bad gremlin or whatever. But Cedric Coward did not look good last night offensively. It was 0-7 from the field, 0-4 from 3. He'll be fine, bro.
He'll be fine.
And I have no qualms about that game last night as well. Our starters look very good against their starters.
And most of our starters won't be starters probably for
exactly.
the Grizzlies.
And we were three starters short. I liked a lot of what I saw last night. I liked the offense. I liked how we play on defense. Coach Giselo played literally everybody. It was pulling guys into the game very soon. He was getting to his bench quickly. Their starters did play a lot more in that second quarter when we gave up the lead against just some random lineups he was throwing out there. He'll work the rotations out. Probably want to see as many guys as he could. Shout out to Chris Anthony. Ty Jerome and KCP look fucking incredible, bro.
I think Ty Jerome's going to be a baller, a dude for us. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Jake Lundale as well, because I think he's going to be a nice piece on this team. I think once you get Edie and Jaren back, he's going to be your backup center. And I've said this for a while, man, and especially after he got hurt. I'm wondering what Brandon Clark's minutes going to look like, even if he comes back and he's ready to play.
You think Jock Landale's about to make him expendable? I
think Jock Landale is going to be a very important piece of this team. I think he looked he gave you. I told you, man. Shout out to FanDuel. Man. If you want to make some money, I think a good bet on NBA opening night is a Jock Landale double-double, or at least an 8 and 8. Because he had like 9 and 7 last night. Yep. You know what I mean? I know he hit 2 threes, but in a game where he's playing starters minutes, I think he's going to be a double type guy on this team in the time he's going to be here. And I think that once Edie gets back, it'll make Landale be a very good backup center for us as well. Well, man, I hate to go into the depths like I had to just said. I mean, it's just a lot of people have genuine concerns about what's going on, man. There are genuine fears going on in the city, man. So I just feel like I had to share those type of things. I just get so tired of people, man. Just some of the ignorant things that people are saying and doing in the name of what, man? Like, what is like if we're supposed to be one nation, like why are we so divided over stuff that really don't have nothing to do with nothing? Like what even are political parties, bro? Like it's so ridiculous, bro. And when you really look at what people are saying, it's just so much racist and evil hatred going on out here, man, that has nothing to do with nothing. McKinney Stubblefield, I know a place that brings us together, man. It's grade A pest control. Everybody got the same mice. You ain't got black and white mice. You ain't got libtard and conservative mice, right? You got regular ass mice, bugs, roaches, ants, all that type of stuff, and they don't see color, but they do see Reggie, big ass, coming in the house, and it scares the shit out of McKinney Stubblefield. Give him a phone call, 901-628-4867. Shoot him an email, greatapservices@gmail.com. My guy, Reggie Freeman Alexander, is the man, bro. Been in the business about 20 years doing pest control. Came from corporate America to come into your house where you live next door to Kenny Stubblefield. And you're a racist idiot with a Confederate flag on your house. Or you're a libtard like myself, I guess. Who's not okay with y'all evil-ass president plotting up on his dictatorship in real time.
In real time.
If you wanted to, like, because there's nothing in the middle, right? So
no.
So you're if you're okay with a large, strong black man coming to your house, man, reach out to the good people at Great AP Services. Hey, when you got bugs and roaches and shit and mice, you probably don't discriminate. Bugs be okay real soon. But yeah, reach out to my guy Reggie at Grade A Pest, man, the best in the business. Can anybody take a break? We're about to bring some unity to this thing, man. We got a black man and a white man about to come out to our show in the second segment, man. I'm very excited about this. From a very important company that's doing great things out here, man. ILOC. They are the company that is representing John Morant. My guy Kevin Helms and Phil Morant will join us when we come back after the break. We'll see you guys in a minute with more Anthony Sain Show.
In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
I mean, just look at the guy. And, oh, God. John Morant suffered a sprained left ankle, is considered week to week. Per Michael Cole.
Nuh-uh.
Michael Cole.
You're lying.
Nope. Or DeMichael Cole's lying. I just read it.
Oh my! Here we are talking about nice things, and DeMichael. Oh man, that's frustrating. Live reaction, like that sucks. That's a gut punch that we cannot get or stay healthy. You know, Drew, I'm still going to choose to be optimistic. There's too much negativity in our fan base anyway. This sucks. Like I'm not going to dance around it. I'm not dancing around the fact that this sucks. And if it's going to happen, let's get it out of the way now in the preseason, and let's get healthy for the regular season.
You're a real evil man for wanting to turn the page while I'm still. You're not thinking for your co-man here, because I just really want to revel in this for a minute, and you're being Mr. High Road, making me be miserable by myself. That's not friendship.
Tune into the 2 Buck Sports Show with Rusty Witten and Drew Gann, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. We have two very special guests today from ILOC Athlete Advisory Firm. Have my guy Kevin Helms, as well as my guy Uncle Phil Morant is in the building for the Anthony Sain Show. We about to chop it up about ILOC. Been making a lot of news here locally with our guy Ja Morant. Who, of course, is not going to have an agent this time around. He's getting with the people at ILOC, man. Got some family, got some friends, got some, that family word big in Memphis, man. It might be blood, it might be your play cuz, it might be folks you fool with, man, whatever it is. But y'all know how Memphis get down. So we got ILOC in the building. I'm honored to have them on today. Guys, how y'all doing today, man? Y'all
great,
good?
Man, I'm great, brother.
Man, good to have y'all here.
Glad to be moving around.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I'd rather be talking about on this side of life than the other side. I promise. I promise you, man, on that for sure. So, guys, you guys have titles with the organization. We have the Chief Operations Officer, you, Kevin, and Phil, you are the Chief Managing Director for the organization.
Correct.
Guys, what exactly is ILOC, and what differentiates it from your typical representation agency, like for players? What's different between what you guys do and anyone else?
ILOC, I'll say the representation part.
All right, so just to kind of start it off, ILOC is reference internal locus of control.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's a saying, it's a philosophical saying. Basically having control of your own destiny. The decisions you make will provide the answers for you in life later on. And of course, Ja being our first client, we basically modeled our whole platform over the past 2 years. What Ja wants, and as a superstar athlete, what is the best for him. And so when we started thinking about it, I came up with a term just because I was like, he made it clear, after he left his last agency that he wanted to be on his own and do his thing.
Yeah.
But we also all know that he has to have an advisory team, and he was very, familiar with that. And, we went by with what he wanted for him. And so what it was is to create a firm based on his needs. And then we started realizing, we think we can push this around to other people as well, and to other players, to give them empowerment, and to make sure that we provide the right resources and tools for them to utilize if they want to go this route. And, the platform was strictly based off of, the past 2 years that Phil and I have been working together. We've been actually working together for 7 seasons, but over the past 2 years, when I got hired full on with Morant Enterprises, I was always running the operations, the logistics, and the security, and then Phil going in and doing all the business affairs. It just made sense that me and him work together on a day-to-day basis to make sure that Ja had what he needed. And we just basically, it's not anything really new that we're doing right now. We just formalize it and then realize, let's see if anybody else wants this product.
Right.
Gotcha.
Now, from my standpoint, no disrespect to, any agencies or representation that a lot of these athletes have out here, and they all do. Like, it was crazy. I learned 2019 at March Madness that the coaches had agencies. I didn't, had agents. Yeah. I didn't even know that. I've worked through a temp service before. Once I realized that they was getting a percentage
That's an agent.
of what I was getting paid, growing up, I was like, I should probably try to get in-house so I can get
the full cut,
my money. And then going into this, we had a very reputable agency, respected on the NBA side highly, that I got to shadow for 5 years, respected on the NBPA side. And then, after we, cut ties with them, we signed with Lyft. And then one, kind of light bulb moment, which I always been kind of, a couch general manager myself, just trying to pay attention to the dynamics of everything. And it's a status and structure thing in every athlete's journey. It's that Hall of Fame level, and then superstar and all-star and professional, and then it's the rookies and all that stuff like they do on the video game. But you look at that, and everybody doesn't have the capability of doing what say a Ja can do, where it's like, hey, look, I'm considered one of the faces of the franchise. I talk to front office every day.
Right.
I see them every day. So if it's you know, an extension or whatever to be talked about, I mean, you internally in there, you guys can have a conversation, you know, before it even gets to the agent. So I know it's a structure that's always been in place, and we just kind of once SGA did it, you know, me and nephew was just kind of looking like, you know, the little eyes emoji, like
why not?
What's that, you know, and that actually kind of played into, all right, look, if I'm talking to Zach or Jason with respectively with the Grizzlies, you know, what else would I need? Well, you need a lawyer because you need, you know, legal to look over all your contractual situations and stuff like that. And then you always, all of these guys and ladies, always talking with their parents and their inner circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And trying to figure out what's best for them. So it's like, and what's the benefit of it? Well, you keeping some percentages back in house. You're not giving that to anyone else. That's your money. Now, if you respectfully, if you want to give them that percentage for being your representation, that's cool. You know what I mean? But everybody don't have that advantage. I think they could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then one thing that was, you know, that's kind of universal. All of these athletes, if you ask them, if you had them here on your podcast, if you ask them, you know, let's say they're coming in their rookie year, what is something that they want to do? And they'll be like, man, I want to take care of my fam. I want to give my mom a house, or I want to do this for my, you know, my dad or my sister or whatever. I want to pay her college tuition. That percentage probably could do all of that. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The percentage
Just
that
one,
you're giving an agent, depending on your level, like I spoke about, you probably could do all that in one contract, you know? So, you know, looking at it like that, that was one of the, you know, conscious decisions that, you know, nephew made, and I stand behind him with everything, you know, that he do. He's a smart guy, and he's like, hey, man, you could do this for me. And I'm like, I could, you know, with help, of course, but we could do this.
So how big is the family element to this? Because we know this is, of course, your nephew. So how important is that family aspect of it and what you guys are doing?
Man, it's everything, because when nephew got drafted, I said to him, congratulations, you got a job. Because that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, it could be a job, or it could be a career path. Now, that's all, you know, our family, meaning respectfully, my brother T and my sister-in-law Jamie. All you want is your kids to grow up and be just good citizens. You know what I'm saying? Good people and stuff like that. And you want them to get a good job. You know what I mean? I think professional athletes got really good jobs.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the family aspect, it's like you just want to see them do great.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? You just want to see them do good. You want them to, you know, live a pretty comfortable life and a healthy life and whatnot. But you know, it's always been a close knit group with us. You know, if you took the NBA away, you still would see every Saturday or Sunday all of us around each other, you know, in some form of fashion and stuff. So that has never wavered. When he got drafted, he brought the family to Memphis with him, you know. So that, you know, that right there should tell the tale.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I look at the roster, and it's like I see, of course, the family, the Morant family, yourself, his mom, Jamie, as well. And we got my guy D-Tap in there joint, my guy Trey Draper's, you know, is that type of family. And Kevin, when I saw the news, and they were saying a former Grizzly employee, I said, who is Kevin Helms? So I looked it up. I said, oh, that's the guy. I said, that's the guy. That's the guy. Okay, I watched the path, man. I saw you were team security, then you started being job security. I said, that dude, that kind of moving. You know what I mean? Like, I see him about to do it.
He got famous. You saw him at the Knicks. You saw him at the Knicks game?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Bad decisions going after 7-foot guys.
I said, who that little dude, man? That man get it in out there, bro.
Hey, the Knicks game, pull up the Cleveland Cavaliers game.
Yeah. I saw him had to get right in an open practice practice one time on somebody could get too close. I said, "Oh, look at that! I like that guy, man." But yeah,
you should have seen him in China.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, speaking of China, man, what was that like? Because I know it was. It's easy to say. Well, you hear a lot of people say, "Well, they just showed love. They showed love." Did y'all expect it to be like, okay, Ja's a superstar, like Ja's a mega star? Did y'all expect that feeling, or what were your expectations coming into China, and what was the reality of it?
Me personally, like historically, like looking at, when people go overseas, period, and the fanfare, I really didn't know what to expect because this was our first time actually going, and shout out to Nike for setting it up like a rock star tour.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? They did it like a tour event with the posters, to make them watch and all that stuff, and it actually exceeded all those expectations. I mean, the fans camping outside of the hotel. I mean,
oh wow,
every day they didn't go home.
Yeah,
wow.
Like, it started dwindling down. The crowd was dwindling down, but it was the ones that stayed. I think like the last day or so, he was signing autographs and stuff like that. But it was so many people just showing love, and it's an understatement. It really is. It's an understatement. Like, to be around it, and like when we went to the Foot Locker and just all these people just lined up and whatnot. Like, we went to Times Square, we went to New York and stuff like that. But like China and Philippines Foot Locker, like, to the people in the streets chasing oh my God.
I don't even think we saw the in-depth of how many people are there, because you see the initial, when we go into the rooms or to the areas, I don't think we saw the lines going down the street.
Yeah.
I mean, we know they were there because when we pulled off, it's like, where are these people? They're just still coming out of here. But man, it was, from a security standpoint, definitely, we were prepared for it for the most part, know, and feeling out.
You got a different eye than these other guys.
Phil knows the way I move and stuff, and we were on so many calls, weeks coming up to, making sure that we don't, disrespect any kind of cultural issues or anything like that. So we actually took some classes, and we would pass information around. Yeah, we really went in depth with it. But from a standpoint of when we got there, like I said, shout out to Nike. They had us prepared. We were going in there. It was very smooth. We had a couple of fans go a little bit, but it wasn't from an aggressive standpoint. It was just like,
straight up.
Wow, like I am near Ja Morant.
Oh man, that's
and when
crazy.
you saw the tattoos, that was in the Philippines. When you saw these tattoos, these weren't tattoos that were done a day before.
These grown ass men, bro.
These are grown men with tattoos of Ja on their arms or on their chest, and you could tell by the tattoos that they were been there. Right, correct. And that right there, I think, just open up the door to go. You don't get to see it. You see the internet, you see all the social media stuff, but then when you see the number of people there and grown men breaking down in tears, and not out of being weak, but just, oh my goodness, I'm around somebody that is this, famous and all that. And what's crazy about Ja is, like, he just doesn't see himself like that.
Yeah.
Right. No weapons.
Yeah.
That was a crazy thing. We was on a Zoom call, and Kevin was asking them about like firearms and stuff like that, and they just was like, no. And Kev like, so what do y'all use? And they were like pops. You use these.
Yeah.
So it's like just the, you know what I'm saying? All of these people, and it's like,
ain't nothing going down. Number love. That's crazy.
That's
man.
it.
That's crazy. Well, Ja was making jokes about his time down there, talking about him being a country boy and he liked his southern food and he had to adjust to the food and stuff. That was funny. Were there any like funny stories that we haven't heard about? Whether it was a transitioning situation, like getting used to being down there, or just maybe between y'all, or is there anything else, any other funny situations that happened while y'all were out there?
I don't
even know if that was really that funny.
I don't think the plane was.
I think once you look back at it.
Yeah, I think like food wise, well, I had, I was trying to take pictures and video.
Yeah.
My daughter would like take pictures and stuff. So I actually started just putting stuff on my IG story.
Yeah.
And then just like Unc on the move. And I was in my room, and regular Evian water bottle.
Yep.
So we got the water bottles and fruit and stuff in our room. Well, I thought it was water.
Okay.
So I'm live and I crack the bottle and I go to drink.
Yeah, your mouth was ready for it.
No, it was. It said birch juice. So I done spit this water out and
like
stuff.
the tree, like.
Yeah, but see, I didn't know that. I thought it was water. It's a clear bottle, So and it tastes like boiled peanut water.
Oh my God!
So like when they boil, it tastes like that, and I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean? So that was one.
Oh,
then
man.
we went out to eat, and like if you go to like a Benihana's and they cook in front of you and stuff. So we all out, and the guy's cooking, but it's not like Benihana's. It's not like right in front of you grilling it. He's behind like a little small wall and chefing it up, and he just keeps putting the meat on your plate. And I'm like, we having conversations because we're sitting linear, and I'm like, dude, what is this? And he just beef, and I'm like,
this don't like the last beef though.
This filet mignon, what I'm saying? This ribeye, beef. That's all he was saying. Just smile, and I'm like, bro, I'm not eating no more of that. Like everybody just cutting the slices. I'm like,
going in.
Nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? So yeah, when you're accustomed to a certain thing, you like, okay, man. Hey man, I'm a little leery about this, and, so yeah, I didn't know what we didn't know what the hell we was eating.
Facts. I get it. We were talking about the Ja 3s earlier off the air. Are y'all surprised? Because when I first saw the shoe, I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be the best Ja. Like it's got Ja personality. The colors look cool. The style of the shoe, that's gonna be dope. It looks like a signature shoe, but I didn't expect it to go off like it's going off like this, where it's like. Because I'm like, man, because Brandon Jennings talks about it like he got a Ja deal. Like, it's crazy. Like, people are going crazy, like, talking about it. Like, nationally, you look on YouTube and people saying shoe of the year. Like, known shoe reviewers, like, this is the hottest shoe Nike brought out in a decade. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, this is crazy. Did y'all expect this to happen with the Ja 3?
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to say. There's nothing that doesn't surprise me, regarding how much he's involved with that aspect of him building that. I don't think people understand that how much he's involved in that, and like his artistic and his artistic mindset, his vision, and what he puts into it. Like I just sit back and I'm like,
'cause it's crazy.
I'm awed every time I hear him speak on stuff like that, and it's just like he's really in tune to that. So to answer that question, like I'm with Phil, is like no, nothing surprised me when he puts his mind to it. And the results that come out of it, nothing surprises me anymore.
Man, for sure.
If you put my nephew and my sister-in-law Jamie together,
oh man,
Jamie is the sneakerhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put them collaborating, you gonna come out with a masterpiece. And I don't want to, I don't want to not include Diego, our Nike rep, and Ben. Because I was in that room when you go to the 3, and Nike always makes magic, you know what I mean?
Right.
And basically going in, Diego said, like, usually your third shoe is the one, you know what I mean? Of course, Jordan is a GOAT, and everybody loved the 3s and then the 4s, and, it kept going from there. But being in that room and just watching them basically draw up on a whiteboard. And it started with the swoosh. It literally started with the swoosh. And then the creativeness with the traction. Yeah, that's kind of like, using the logo, but kind of doing it like a tire tread. So, the story with the tires and stuff like that.
Oh, I ain't thought about that. Damn.
There's nothing on there that doesn't have a meaning.
Yeah, right. I didn't even think about that.
And then you throw in Ja's colorway, thought. So you put all that together, and then they come back with the model and the molding and stuff. Yeah. And then he actually gives his input and his tweaks and stuff like, hey, we should probably do this. He likes options, which is pretty dope. You give him options, then he can kind of pick what best for him. But he's also, with an ear and an eye for what the consumer, would like and whatnot. So, and the best part is you can dress them up or down.
No, yeah,
you
sure.
can hoop in them or you can wear
Throw
them
'em on with a
casual
fit.
or whatever.
Yeah,
So yeah.
Man, I found myself yesterday on a Sunday evening on Nike's app ordering them for my kids, waiting for them to restock them. I'm like, hey, bro, this is insane. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like,
You let 'em
for
create?
you shoe, yeah, he made his own. Like,
Okay,
he
that's
made
what's
his own, and then I ordered them for him, and it's just crazy. Like, anybody who knows the For You thing is like it's a on-demand shoe. When you
Yes.
want it, you order it, and you get it. For them to say, nah, y'all gotta wait, like that is crazy.
Yeah.
Like that whole concept is crazy because Nike ID has been something I've been intrigued by forever because
Right.
I've never seen anything like this ever when
Nah.
it comes down to it.
Nah, we love it.
Yeah, man, it is absolutely crazy. You guys are getting a lot of praise for what you guys are doing with the ILOC organization. I'm a big fan of it. I believe in guys, do your thing, man, especially if you're in an organization that does have that open door, that transparency where you're having these communications anyway. We're able to have those type of communications with those guys. I think if you can pretty much – I don't like calling it self-representation. I think it's like alternative. It's like it's non-traditional.
Right.
It's learning the business.
Right,
It's learning
because
the
it ain't
business
like
and
Josh
making
is
the
out here
decision.
doing something. He's definitely got a team behind him. Some of the critiques of it, though, are people saying – yeah, it's cool for your NBA deal because that's pretty much set the way that's going to be. But what about your endorsements or
your
your
marketing and all that.
marketing, your public appearances, those type of things, community work, all those type of things? How are those type of things handled with the help of ILOC?
Well, if I can speak on that one
Yeah.
for just a minute. So we have a full team behind us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of funny because a lot of people, of course, social media, you can't read into all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but people don't know the work that we've been putting into it. Of course, like Phil said earlier, we have a full legal team. We have a in-house marketing team. We will be announcing some of our players involved in all that regarding us. We have a NBPA certified rep that that we make sure once talks are being said that the lingo and all that, because those are all written by attorneys anyway off of the the union stuff, that we have individuals that are in place in every movement that we do. It's just because Phil and I will both say we're not agents, we're not an agency, we're an advisory firm.
Right.
We've learned through experience, learned through work experience, through life experience, and that's what we've created this platform. Yes, regarding PR, we definitely have teams behind us. Over the next, couple months, we'll definitely be, those factors will come out. You'll see our core group off of our internet, of course, with Jamie being, over our community, vice president of community affairs. She is so involved. A lot of people, she's a quiet voice, but she has a huge voice behind the scenes, especially, regarding movements that Josh's very interested in, and making sure that those are presented out properly, where her and Phil collaborate together. You also see, Devontae Pack over there. Who, I've never seen anybody with such a drive, being able to want to, hey, I got, if it's not every day, Phil and I get a text, hey, Kev, y'all need to look at this kid, and look at this kid. So, and he has a vision as well. And then, of course, we have JT and Trey, who are just, they're masterminds of what they do. Both of them have so many different angles that they can go at. They've been in this business for a year. For people to be able to say, oh, y'all just do this together overnight, that's definitely not it. I mean, Phil and I had to, we went to the NBA, we presented our idea with the NBA, got the green light, that we needed it from them, but we wanted to make sure that we started the right partnership with them. But we met with them. We also met with the NBPA just to make sure that we were following the guidelines, because Ja has no ownership in this. He cannot have ownership based upon it when it gets to the point. Technically, you probably could from an advisory group, but in reality, as we look to the vision to grow, because we want to have two platforms for a client. One, to empower them if they want to make their own decisions, to make sure we give the right tools. But then you might have that client that comes and says, hey, I don't feel comfortable going into there. I do want an agent to go in there and walk in there and go with me. So, of course, at that point, we have to present that to and give them the SPAC, which is the agent agreement. But where we're staying away from, with what Phil was touching on earlier regarding the financial part of it, is all those percentages many, many years ago were created for the right reason. But as time has grown, those percentages stay the same and evolved, and the numbers are getting bigger. And when you start looking at somebody, I always look at value in everything we do. So everything constructively that I do regarding security and logistics, I always look at, like, what's the value we're getting out of it? Because I can sit there and hire a $10 an hour or a $15 an hour, I shouldn't say 10 because I don't even know what the minimum wage is anymore, but $15 an hour security, and you're going to get what you pay for on that. So yes, we look at the value of everything we do. So I started looking at it, and Phil and I had this talk so many times, what's the value? So let's just throw a number out there. So, and once again, not knocking agents or agencies, but if you throw a number out there, and let's just say the number ends up coming out where their agent is getting paid $8 million, and that would be constructive with like a high 4% on a max deal, because we know the work is being put in. There's no doubt that agents put the work in at the beginning.
Right.
But when you look at it, and I've gotten several calls from several agents and agencies, and of course I love being challenged that we're going to fail, because that drives me.
Right,
drives me.
Right, yeah.
You know, I don't get involved in businesses that fail. That's not my thing. I hope that we survive. That's what we're doing. We don't do anything to fail. It's just kind of like we don't hire to fire. You know, but at the same time, we started looking at it, and these agents start, and I'm going, look, I get it. So how many hours did you put into that work for that one individual? And we understand there's analytical teams, there's scouting teams, that a lot of these bigger agencies have all these tools. And when we started looking at it, I asked them, and cannot get an honest answer yet, but I asked them, how many hours did you put into that player? And even if they said 900 hours or 500 hours, I go, divide that by 8 million, divide that by 7 million.
It's a lot.
And when you start putting it in perspective like that, I understand it. But what is the value after the fact? Like, once it's signed and once it's done, you don't have to do anything for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 2 years. Rich Paul has got one of the best setups ever. I absolutely love hearing his stories and reading up. Like, the 2-year contract that he did for LeBron were amazing, and the things that he created and the foundations they started from the beginning, because they told them the same thing: y'all are not going to make it, you're going to fail.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of a drive for us, similar to going after that. But when you look at it, and I start asking these agents that are calling and inquiring what we're doing, I always ask them, tell me the value after the fact. Are you playing with that $8 million or that $7 million or that $5 million? Are you paying for the player's security? Are you paying for their logistics? What are you as an agency doing? Because I know for a fact through my experience that the agents get on and then they call me for the a la carte services for the security or the logistics or the driving and all that. And then we still bill the player.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I just
Double.
am trying to drive Phil and I have so much, it's like, we're trying to break it down. I guess it's kind of like attorney fees.
Yeah.
I want the athlete to know you should only be paying for the services that you're doing. And if that is $1,000 an hour that an agent advisor that wants to charge,
$1,000 an hour.
then it's $1,000 an hour. And if they work 10 hours, then it's 10,000. So that's the way our concept is.
Yeah, I love it.
Because it's also starting off with these young gentlemen and women that are playing, because I learned a lot being with Phil with AAU stuff, is right when these kids in 8th and 9th grade start to get noticed, and you can see it. The thing is I teach a class through this. I had the opportunity this summer to teach several classes on this, and the biggest thing I strive to them and their parents, because the parents are a big key to this. Don't ride the coattails of your kids the whole time, but I definitely be there and encourage them. Is you are creating your brand right then and there at 8th grade. So be careful what you put on social media. Be careful what, at the same time, if you have a political voice, we want to have, people to be able to show you how to do it, because we don't want you getting put in a situation where down the line it can come back and haunt you. We've seen that too many times in the world.
Right.
And
for sure.
God forbid that I didn't have social media when I was younger, but nowadays it is so important, because we see that young people react to, hey, this is cool, let me put it on there.
Yeah.
But could that be detrimental down the line? So we are really highly encouraging this. And look, we know the reality is the percentages are really low when you have a kid in the basketball world that's going up. So we're not just trying to do it and hang on to that kid who's going to make it into the college level, the professional level. If we can provide services to even high schoolers, junior high kids, and they can take that as a life lesson to go to their next career whenever they become a doctor or a lawyer, that is our whole goal. It is not just about to grab all these NBA players and do this. We're wanting to start from the bottom and go to the top. And at the same time, if they're already at the top and they want a different way to do it, we're open to discussion.
Everything is a package. It seems like it's a package deal now. Before, you could get an athlete and nobody knew. The majority of African American people did not know the business of sports.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
And
saying?
representation,
You're an
things like
athlete
that,
and you're good. And then somebody just comes out of the woodworks, want to represent you. Of course, they put a couple dollars in your pocket, and they might do something for your family and stuff like that. And then here go all this fine print. And it's just not athletes, it's entertainers, it's all, all of this.
Yeah, definitely.
But like we spoke about with the percentages, things change. So now you got more 2-parent homes. Now you got more families that are actually involved and very protective of who's around their kids and all of this stuff. And to everybody in the world, everybody ain't marketable.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And when it comes to community and charity, all you got to know is what you believe in and what you want to support. I can go support a charity right now. Ain't nobody making a big fuss about it. You know what I mean? I could be on a commercial as an extra right now. Nobody, making a fuss about it. Still goes back to nephew being on the court, doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Which is his job. If he does that at an exceptional level, marketing comes. They just want to know who to talk to. Like, who do we talk to try to get involved with him? Are we talking to this agency? Are we talking to his mom? Who are we talking to? And when we talk to you, now it's like, this is what we want. This is what we envision. You could say yay or nay. Yeah, nah, that product or that doesn't resonate with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
If it does, now you start negotiating, what are these terms? What am I going to have to do? If I want to do something with St. Jude's Hospital, if I want to do something with Labana, if I want to do something with for breast cancer, whatever, you don't have to be a John Morant or a Jaren Jackson to do that. You could just say, hey, look, I want to contribute to this. So when I look at all of this, it's like, look, you take this, and if we're able to get marketing deals for you, it's really predicated on what you're doing.
Right.
If you're not doing that, they're not knocking on your doors. And you look at 400 and some athletes in NBA, even more in the NFL, MLB. When you see commercials, if you actually watch TV anymore, you're seeing the same athletes.
Right.
And a lot of that is they're very marketable. Their name rings bells everywhere you go and whatnot. And we're just still scratching the surface.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we've had our little injuries and our little bumps in the road. So really it's like everything still is predicated on what nephew does on the court in the NBA for the Memphis Grizzlies, to even see what he could actually generate. So, and this is not new.
No, it's
John
not.
Stockton, Karl Malone, my brother Ray Allen, all of them guys actually had legal representation, because back then Michael Jordan was on every commercial.
Yeah.
Everybody wasn't getting a marketing deal. So it's like, hey, as long as I can do this, then I can still live a substantial life. I can still have money put away, and I paid a retainer fee. You know what I mean?
As opposed to you getting a percentage of everything I make. Yeah, for sure. I didn't want anything to get lost in the translation. You guys, we talked a lot about job, but these services are for anybody. These are for any athlete.
And I wanted to touch base with that, so thank you for bringing that up. Even if we have other agencies out there, like we have an a la carte service, and I'm talking from security to logistics to, most of the agencies already have their legal fees, but I mean, we do the smallest things, and I kind of created that format because when I was with the Grizzlies, started seeing stuff, and I partnered with the Grizzlies family section, which they have a fantastic one over there that helps us out. And then we would, vet services. So I have a background screening company that before, we have someone come to a player's house to do work, we want to make sure that individual is, safe to be able to go there. The services are for anybody. It can be for any athlete, any kind of, yes, basketball is kind of our forte.
Yeah. Company, corporation.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, so it comes down to like anybody that needs that type of service and to feel comfortable that they know they can have a good one and then walk away from it. It comes from accommodations to everything. So we handle it.
Right. What about podcasters? Go see.
That goes to Catch 12.
I'm kind of tired of talking to Kenny. I need somebody to talk to him for me.
I got to get a shout out to Catch 12 on that. That's Phil's lane on that.
What about middle school football players? Because I got a little boy.
Absolutely, but I mean that's where it starts. All right. And in all honesty, that's
volleyball too now. Volleyball,
it's happening. Right. And that's what I'm saying. When you spoke about the family aspect, earlier, the way I look at it, nephew actually having me around. My background is telecommunication. I was cable, internet, all of that.
Yeah.
But to actually bring management degree, worked in operations, all this quality, all of this, you bring me beside you. I think all of these young people want trusted entities around them. They don't want to look in, 5-10 years from now, if I came out of high school or college and whatnot, and then let's say Kevin, you know, is my representation, and then I'm like, man, wait, where did you come from, dude? You know what I mean? Like, you know, hey, Dad, how do we meet Kevin?
Right.
Hey, he just showed up at a grocery store. We was checking out, and he like, hey, man, Phil Morant, man, I want to represent you, blah, blah, blah. You know,
that's how it used to be, though, like, wow, just like that, yeah.
So now it's you know, Kevin spoke about AAU. Shout out to our AAU program, 12 time. You seeing it now where we literally started the program 2 years ago. And I remember this tryout. I'll never forget this, man. We had already had, I think, 1 or 2 tryouts. And then this kid comes in, and he was probably about 6'2". Nice. I mean, this kid is 6th grade. Dunking, all this stuff. Talented. I'm sitting on the side still trying to get information to put in our spreadsheet of all of our parents, emails, all this. So the kid is out going through drills and stuff. His mom walks over, and she says, what are y'all willing to do to get my kid? And I was like, what are you talking about? You know, this is a 6th grader. And she like, what are you willing to do to get my kid? And I said, you could just get him and go out the door and just leave. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm seeing. When you speak about middle school, it's down to that level.
Oh,
now.
yeah, for sure. I'm aware.
You seeing 4th grade ranking. 4th grade. This is a top 4th grader. Right. I'm like, man, shut up. What?
The ball bigger than you, man.
Don't even understand the game. You know what I mean? But it's to that level. They have NIL in certain states. Like all this stuff that's working through now, all of that is contract negotiation stuff right now that they're still trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? It's driving coaches insane. You know, a lot of them and stuff. You know, you rebuilding teams, but all of these kids now are having representation that college coaches are not accustomed to. Like an agent calling about the kids' playing time or whatever. You know what I mean? You got kids already looking in the transfer portal before they even played half a season. Right. They're already ready to go. Next top bid and stuff. And it's crazy. But again, who's advising them? How do you know that you're not going to just tap out by the time you get to college and whatnot? How do you know when you reach your peak, and then now it's like, now what?
Yeah, facts.
You know, now what? You know, so it's a lot to it, you know, and it's going to develop as we go with it. But one thing, you know, Kevin said that I just want to piggyback on, we're not in nothing to fail. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nor do we want to act like the expert in something. It's just like, look, I think you said it a couple weeks ago. It's like, what's wrong with somebody wanting to have the direct conversations for themselves? Yeah. You know what I mean? What's wrong with somebody trying to be like, hold on, how much was I going to give them? Oh, yeah. I think it's
if I make 200, I'm giving you 8. That math ain't math at all, bro. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. Right. So it's like, and again, shout out to the ones who rather that way, you know what I mean? But, you know, I think, you know, we've been flowing smooth. You know, I've been learning a lot. You know, this is going in the 7th year being around it. And one thing, I'm a sponge to the information that I need to know, the stuff that I don't know. Yeah. I don't try to reinvent the wheel. I will ask. I have no problem with asking, whether it's an agent, whether it's a lawyer or whoever. I'm trying to ask, like, how does this even work? You know what I mean? How does that whole deal work out and whatnot? And why is this? And how do you do you have to do it that way? You know, like those things. So, you know, it's just coming from a different angle.
Well, I absolutely love what y'all are doing, man. I'm behind it. I love it, bro. I love all of it. I love power to the athletes. Just somebody I speak about all the time. I'm a pro athlete guy. I'm gonna take the athlete side 10 times out of 10. So I love what y'all are doing, and I love the family aspect of it. You know what I mean? And I love all that for sure. I appreciate what y'all are doing. Final question for y'all though. Now, real quick, we saw the China stuff. We saw Ja at Media Day. Ja seemed different, man. Yeah. And it seemed different, but he also seemed familiar. Now, I can remember like a 2021-22 season when Ja was going absolutely crazy in the NBA, right? You talking about like all NBA, all-star, going crazy on the court, just in the zone, like really just coming to his own. This looked familiar, but it looked different.
Yeah.
Now, am I just tripping, or do y'all think Ja about to go crazy this year too?
I definitely think he's going to go crazy this year. I think all of the young athletes, and this is across the board, but especially my nephew, I think when they come in, like I said, it's a job. I think a lot of them don't know that. They're just playing basketball.
Yeah.
The fame and all the attention and all that stuff is cool for some. Some of them is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because they just want ball. That's all. They just want ball. But then it's like trying to appease people, trying to understand what I'm doing now, trying to understand now it's a business. It's not just basketball no more.
Grown man business.
Yeah, and I think, you know, every year, you know what I'm saying, actually every day for him, it's a maturation point. And it's like,
we see it, bro.
And it's all season, he really just chilled. You know what I mean? He got his shots up, he got his work in and whatnot. He rests his body. That body ain't been rested since he was about 6 years old. Actually, younger than that. Younger than that. If you ever around his daughter, ball of energy.
Yeah, he said it.
And he was the same way as a child. So it's like when you think about that, and then you get to this level, you know, these guys ain't lying. A win is hard to come by in professional sports. For everybody out here who, you know, got their favorite teams, and you say you more college and NBA, you don't have a professional NFL team. All these teams that you love, you know, it's hard to get a dub. But I feel like he just got back to him, like relaxing. It's like basketball is his thing. You know what I mean? One of my cousins asked me one time, because I played ball too, he like, the dumbest fucking
good, bro. You say what you want to say. Say it again.
Fucking question. We riding. I couldn't believe he asked the question, but I had to keep it cool. And he was like, "You think he could beat you?" And I looked like, "What?" Like, bro, he in the fucking NBA. Like, yes,
but he would.
He could have beat me when he was playing in high school. That's the trajectory they on. But I feel like he just back to a place of balance, and I do feel like going to China, going to the Philippines and whatnot, and we had some little bumps in the road in traveling and stuff like that, but that's okay. Things happen, you know. But I feel like the energy and the support he got from there, you know what I'm saying? The love and the loyalty that Memphis done showed him and whatnot, man. You know, I think it just starts making sense. And you like, man, like I could do this, and then you start, and he's a film guy. He goes back, he looks at college, rookie year all the way up, and you see it, and then you start being like, yo, man, let me just get back to myself. Yeah, man. And that's the Ja Morant that Memphis fell in love with from day one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When they said his name and he walked across that stage and knew he was coming here, you know what I mean? That's what Memphis fell in love with. That's what the NBA fell in love with. That's what the world has fallen in love with. And that's the person that, you know, a lot of these young generation, we were just talking about this a couple of days ago, the young generation like to just see clips. They don't watch games. I remember when I was growing up, it don't matter what your team was. If Michael Jordan on TV, everybody turning to that. To that game.
Yeah, facts.
I think he gives that back. Bring, you know what I'm saying? I think he gives fans that feeling. And it's always good when he's actually enjoying it and enjoying what he does every day.
Yeah,
you know
I noticed that at practice one time. I asked him, it was like the first week of camp, right? And it was rookies there. And I said, Ja, do you think the rookies here, you'll be able to fit in with your style of play? They'll be able to fit in with the style of play. He said, oh, I know they will. He said, because I've been watching all these stuff all summer. I was like, crap, man.
Like, when the Grizzlies draft somebody,
he can work.
He go right in the war room and watching their stuff.
You know student of the game. Truly.
When he said it, I was like, man, that's
and a professor.
That's wild.
I mean, you know.
Well, we're excited for it, man. Excited for what you guys are doing.
Man,
excited for another season with the Grizzlies.
Opportunity.
Kevin Helms, Phil Morant. ILOC, man. We in the building, man. We ain't playing with y'all. We're about to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be more Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
And was there anybody that encapsulated the good vibes from this open practice than Cedric Coward Danson?
Yeah.
Seeing him, take something so silly, so seriously. As an actor, you can get nerves doing that. Like, it's easy to not go up there and just be like, I know how to dance. But he goes up there and just looks like he's having a blast doing moves that I can't do.
Like, I want that kid to be so good, so bad.
Yes.
Like, so bad. I want him to be good. I just... He's got all the right stuff, right? Like, from a PR perspective, from a positivities perspective, just from like everything you've seen about this kid, everything he says. Like, I just want him to be good so bad.
It almost feels like you're rooting for your own kid. You're like, oh man, I really want him to be good. And it's just because he's saying and doing all the right stuff. He is handling himself with a certain level of professionalism that I was not anticipating for someone so young, with just little experience, and it's just been really refreshing.
Tune in to The Daily Grind with your host, Luke Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Shout out to my guys, Kevin Helms, man, Phil Morant of ILOC in the building, man. I had some questions, man, before we went into the interview. I was trying to figure out the name, bro. I was gonna look like a total dumbass. I was gonna ask him, hey man, so break down the name, man. The name. let me
Locus of control.
I'm trying to pull up the official name.
Okay.
I'm tripping, bro. Hey, shout out to Dodgers around the corner from my house, man. I was able to go grab me a quick sandwich right quick, man, while that show was going on. Man, I woke up I before the show, man. I got hungry as a mug, man. Hold on, bro. But yeah, man. Shout out to Dodgers being around the corner for real, man. Hold on, bro. I'm trying to pull up this the official name, man. I can't believe I don't have that written down nowhere. God, I'm so sorry. But Locust is part of it, right? And it's shit, man. I feel so dumb. This is such bad airtime.
Internal locus of control.
There you go, bro. Internal locus of control, right? So I'm like, bro, what does a freaking bug have to do with it? Like, what are we doing, bro? So I Googled it. I said, let me Google this before I sound like a dummy, because maybe they mean something else. So then I Googled it. It said locus just means like a place, like a hub,
a hub,
a location. It comes from location, right?
Yeah.
So my country hasn't put a T. South members had put a T on the end, like a locust, a bug. But nah.
I love the part of that. I love the part of the interview when you were asking that question. There's a part, I think it was maybe pre-show, maybe pre-interview.
Mm-hmm.
You were asking about it, and Phil was like, hey man, let him answer that question. That's his words. That's his words, man. I don't know. You can see Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin was like, "Hey man, what's up?"
Yeah, man. Shout out to those guys, man. For real, I'm really behind what they're doing, man.
Yeah,
they're stepping out. This ain't no overnight thing. Like they just came up. Hey, let's get together and do this. This is something they've been working on for years. They've done their homework. Kevin was saying, I don't know if it was off air in the interview. It's about the haters, man. Called them saying, this ain't gonna work. People saying this ain't gonna work. Agents saying this ain't gonna work. No, man, y'all just don't want this to work. You know what I mean?
Want it to work. Yeah,
because it would be uprooting a lot of old ways of thinking, old ways of doing business. Like I said, man, when guys were getting $1 million deals and $1 million contract, you know what I mean, and you're making, you know what I'm saying,
4%, 5%.
Yeah, a couple $100,000. Like this, there's a big difference, bro. There's a big difference between that and when I'm making, multi-million, $100 million, $20 million deals, and your payout is $8 million just for helping to broker the deal. Like this, insane. The amount of money the agents make.
A deal that's already in a lot of ways pre-baked, right? Like pre-baked. The CBA already kind of dictates to a lot of these players what they can and can't make. And so it's like a lot of it is just like these guys have a job. And listen, not to knock that industry, go do your thing if that's what you want to do.
Right.
But it seems clear to me that they have a plan and they have a plan of how they want to represent Ja, how they want to how Ja wants to move in this industry. Like he's not just it's like what Phil was saying. Man, originally Ja just wanted to hoop. He just wants to get out there and play basketball. But this is grown man business. And Ja is a grown man and wants to handle his business. And that's what this is.
Tell me you didn't get excited at the end of the interview when it was like, yeah, man, he's getting it. He's as his uncle, I'm telling you, it's slowing down for him. He's getting it. He's understanding.
There ain't much there wasn't a single moment of that interview that I wasn't like, oh, this is
so dope.
This is so crazy. Yeah.
Crazy. Man. And I think you're gonna see a lot of players doing this model. They might not be getting with ILOC, but they will be using this model, man. I would love for that to be a locust here, kid. So I love that to be. I love for the hub of that, you know what I mean, to be here in Memphis, man, for real.
Yeah.
This could be the next wave, man. That's something that will be housed here in Memphis, Tennessee, man. That's something I think that could be super dope.
Hey, could there be a ILOC Bluff City Media? I don't
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, because I'm like I said, man, I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of talking money with you, man.
I'm tired of talking money with you. I'm done.
Can we about to have a meeting right after the show?
Oh wait,
because I just got a check and Kenny said, "Hey, you got to stop getting your money that way." Hey, I get my money how I get my money, bro.
Hey,
you'll get your money. Long as you get your money, don't worry about how we get my money.
Hey, man.
Oh man,
procedures.
Hey, I know about it. I know I got to follow procedures, man. I know I'm in the Bluff City Media doghouse with the way I go about doing stuff. Hey, bro. Hey, sometimes you got to do stuff the way that the clients want. Man. Shout out to our good friends at Trilogy Tattoos, man. The best in the business for 27 years running, man. That's why I love doing what I do, bro. Working with literally one of my best friends.
That's absolutely.
Yeah, man. 27 years in the business. Trilogy Tattoos, man, have been the best where you're talking tattoos, where you're talking about piercings. They are absolutely the best, man. Every tattoo has a story behind it. Don't trust some smoke. Don't trust some libtard or somebody who likes to hang out in the comment section, man, going crazy. Bro, it's so crazy.
Some snowflake. Some snowflake. Why are you a
snowflake?
Stop being a snowflake, Anthony.
Yeah, man. Stop being a what do they say? What's something they saw? Was it cupcake or something?
Snowflake was a big one, right?
Snowflake is crazy, bro. We are so programmed to just be crazy. And bro, like, why is trolling cool? Like, it was a dude that was trolling in the Devin Walker's comments, and then like was coming to me like I'm feminine because I went on his page and called out that he's a Clipper fan, saying the Grizzlies are ass. I'm like, bro, you're a Clippers fan, bro. Oh, you over there dick eating? Like I'm dick eating because I went on your page to confirm that you a clown?
Right.
And he's like, bro, you 45, but you going on my page and finding my age ain't dick eating, but me confirming that you're a clown by you being a Clipper. It's so crazy. We just live in like the world is so upside down, bro. And social media also makes us think that the world is one way, but that's not really how the world is, bro. There's really not that many. There's not that many evil people out here in the world because a lot of good people ain't got time to prove that they're good people on social media. That's a quote, man. Yeah, right.
Have the energy to do that. Who cares?
Right, for real, man. They're out there doing good people shit. They ain't on social media. Hey, look at me. I'm a good person. It's crazy, bro. But anyway, man, the best people I can think of when it comes down to tattoos are our good friends at Trilogy Tattoos, man. Get up with them, man. Visit the website, trilogytattoosmemphis.com. Book your appointment. I was in there the other day, Kenny Stubblefield, picking up a package from my guy, Richard Jarvis, baby. We got me straight. I ain't going to show y'all where Richard got me, but he got me straight over here, man. Like I said, they are the best in the business, man. It's welcoming over there. Great staff. When they come in, they make you feel at home. I'm not a tattoo culture person, but every time I come in there, I feel at home.
It feels at home, yeah.
Yeah, Trilogy Tattoos, man. So check them out. One area location out there on Highland, trilogytattoosmemphis.com. But Kim, we just wrapped up that interview, man. Good stuff.
Hey, Jared said you got a whole list of quotes for today's show. You did have a lot in that first segment, but you had one quote in that interview that I wanted to ask you. You said that Ja, it feels like this offseason, Ja is different but it also feels familiar.
Yeah. He looked like when he was in
bar.
kill mode. Yeah.
That's
He
a bar.
like John ain't been in kill mode in a while. And I think last year we had a coaching situation that for some reason chose to not let him go into kill mode. But we did see him get set free at the end of the season. But yeah, man, like I said, it was a great interview. I love what those guys are doing. No inside the Sain brain today. Y'all got that at the beginning of the show. Y'all clearly got that at the beginning of the show, man. I got my thoughts off on that. But with that being said, man, we're about to wrap up the show. But it's okay to have any emotion you have, whether it's fear, anxiety, anger, whatever you have about what's going on in the city, man. All those things are cool. Because like I said, does this city have crime problems? Yes. And if you think that using the actual military to solve those problems, or these government agencies to come in by blunt force and do those things, if those things concern you, it's okay to have those emotions, bro. It's okay to be in fear and scared to leave the house and all these type of things. Like I get all those things, man. It's just like our good friends at Great AP Services, right? If I had a mouse problem in my house, Reggie talked about how if I put, he said I haven't seen any signs you have anything in your house, right? So I'm not going to put any poison in your house. He said, because what'll happen is if a mouse is in your house and it eats it, it's going to die in the house. And now you got the stench of whatever. He dealt with the isolated problem. And when you're sending these type of people to a city, they're looking at everybody as a problem. And regular people are being treated like the criminals. And that's the part that I'm not feeling about this whole thing. These type of situations, the quote unquote bad people are going to duck away and stay in the house. But people who have normal shit to do, like go to work, they're going to be harassed at all times. And the neighborhoods are being harassed. You know what I mean? That's the problem that I have with all this type of stuff, man, for sure. And like I said, and when the good people at Grade A Pest come to your house, they're not just going to set off a bomb that kills everybody in the house, right? They're going to identify the issue and deal with the issue. And that's what I don't think is happening with our guests that will be here. But yeah, for Kenny Stubblefield, this is Anthony Sain. John wants to know where am I at tonight? I am hosting Music Bingo at Huey's downtown. You do have to pay to park, so keep those type of things in mind. But if you are a Memphian, you know plenty of places you can park for free downtown. So
if you're a Memphian and you pay to park,
it's on you.
I'm pulling your card.
Right. Oh man, I do, because Kevin Streeto does reimburse me for parking. And I run park legal. They worry about getting the ticket. So yeah, come check that out if you are interested in hanging out with me for Music Bingo at Huey's downtown. Well, for Kenny Stubblefield, is Anthony Sain. Shout out to Kevin Helms, Phil Morant again from ILOC. I'm calling y'all, man, because I'm tired of arguing with Kenny about the type of stuff we should have been arguing about. But I need my money, Kenny. I'm not going to keep playing with you.
I'll send it to you later.
All right, bro. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man, and we out.
Thank you for listening to The Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to the Bluff City Media YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.